The following is a paid program that is sponsored by LifeLock.
I opened my account and $30,000 is missing, like $30,000. I have no idea what to do.
$21,000 was taken out of my account by criminals.
We begin with a new warning. Identity theft has become the country's most frequent crime. That's right, the average American is more likely to become a victim of identity theft in the next year than any other crime. And the consequences can be financially and personally devastating.
An officer with a gun said, "Follow me." Oh my goodness. There's no book for what to do when somebody has been using your identity to steal money.
If you think draining your account is the worst thing that can happen, it's not. This is just the beginning of a much bigger problem.
So what can you do to protect yourself and your family? The leader in identity theft protection is LifeLock, and we're taking a close look at just how far they can go to protect you. I'm Alexis Glick, and our investigative team is ready to give you the latest insights on this growing threat. Correspondent Grace Chen has met with victims from across America, while cybersecurity expert Vinny Troya will show you exactly how the crime works and how you can protect yourself. This is Identity Theft, America's #1 crime. Every 5 seconds, another American becomes a victim of identity theft. Every 5 seconds. Yet for how widespread the crime has become, we've discovered that most people still have no idea what to do next when it happens to them. And worse, the institutions they thought would have their back aren't truly in the identity protection business at all. Field correspondent Grace Chen has more.
Millions of Americans like Lindsley and King fall victim to identity theft every year. But what's often more shocking than the crime itself is realizing that the responsibility to prove they didn't do it is theirs alone.
I went to immediate panic. Over $20,000 of my money was stolen from me. So I called the bank. They made it feel like it was my fault that my money was gone. I was completely on my own. It's like this impossible maze that you're navigating, and there's no one out there to support you.
I'm in New York at a business summit. I'm delivering a speech the next day, and I was on a subway. I opened my account and $30,000 is missing, like $30,000. Honestly, I was so shocked, I have no idea what to do. I just got out of the military and I've trained for a lot of things, but I've never trained for how to restore my identity. The whole situation just felt completely out of my control. You think the $30,000 loss is all, but no, it's like this is just the beginning. They tried to open up new credit cards in my name, get loans for my name. It was never ending.
I don't even know if they really did find who did it.
I did not ever get my money back, no. Even if you get your money back from one account, the criminals still have your personal information to go open another. So it just never ends.
I'm joined now by cybersecurity expert Morgan Wright. Morgan, you've advised the NSA, FBI, multinational corporations. How realistic is it for one to get back their identity?
Can the average person do this? I would say no, and here's why. There's no place you go fill out a form and say, hey, I'd like a new identity tomorrow. You want to recover your identity? All you got to do is go to identitytheft.gov, download all of their forms, and start following the instructions. I mean, step 1, call all the companies, the fraud department. Step 2, place a fraud alert on all your credit scores. Report a misused social security number. Stop debt collectors. Replace government-issued IDs. Clear your name of criminal charges. That has happened. As a former detective, I can tell you, people have been victimized by this. There are over 100 steps you have to take on this if you want to recover your identity by yourself.
We've talked to a lot of people about getting their money back or fixing their credit cards, but those are just the symptoms, right? The culprit is really the loss of your identity.
Look, if you think draining your account and taking all the money out of your account is the worst thing that can happen, the real theft starts when they steal your information, your bank account, your credit history. And you know what? One of the worst things, a mortgage is taken out in your name that you don't even know about, and you are hundreds of thousands of dollars in jeopardy until you can prove who you are. And to do that, you would have to stand guard 24/7, 365.
So what do I do?
Look, the best way to do this yourself is to never do this yourself. You need to get an expert like LifeLock, somebody who's got the experience and the battle scars to prove it.
Morgan, thank you very much. This has been incredibly important information.
It's been my pleasure, Alexis. Thank you.
To learn more, I visited the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock. First, what is the difference between calling LifeLock and calling your own bank to get your money back? Can anyone just do that on their own?
It makes sense why people think that, but getting your money back and restoring your identity are completely different things.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Identity theft is about more than any one account. They could be draining your bank account, and while you're trying to fix that, they're using your identity to take out loans or cause more damage elsewhere.
The first sign of identity theft is often small, but those red flags can point to a much bigger problem.
If you're a victim, you want to know right away. That's why our proprietary software scans millions of data points every second. If we notice anything suspicious, we send you an alert like this. And all you have to do is either tap "This was me" or "This wasn't me."
And what happens next?
We connect you with a US-based restoration specialist that handles the case from the beginning to the end.
So part of what we worry about is the idea of engaging with government agencies at the federal and state level. We're not equipped to do that, but LifeLock is?
That's right. And LifeLock deals with those kinds of organizations every day. And they know us, so we have ways of communicating with them that aren't available to the public.
Thank you so much. This has been really helpful. So how well does LifeLock hold up when their members' money hangs in the balance? Jonathan's story could be very revealing.
It's Thanksgiving evening. I was alerted by LifeLock that there were multiple withdrawals amounting to $9,200 that were taken out of my account. My mouth just dropped. I contacted my bank. They were very cold. I really thought they would restore my funds because these were just fraudulent withdrawals. They said, no, this is not fraud. You must have given your information to somebody. I had to file an appeal. I was denied. I filed a second appeal. Once again, I was denied. I pretty much thought that I could handle this on my own. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And that's when I decided to contact LifeLock. I was provided with one dedicated restoration specialist, Alexandra. Alexandra was relentless. She pressed them continuously to say, why is it you're not returning the funds? LifeLock pursued this case further than I ever would have imagined. Alexandra has said to them, I know that you have denied my client 3 times. This time I want to know in writing why you are denying this claim. I just don't want to hear that it's been denied. I want to know why it's being denied. And then within 1 month, my funds were restored. 9 checks amounting to $9,200. I was choked up. I did not think it was going to happen. The first phone call I made was to Alexandra. And I said, Alexandra, you're amazing. Thank you so much. She said, I'm just doing my job. The police didn't believe me. The banking institution didn't believe me. But LifeLock believed me. Can this happen again? Absolutely. But I know now that I have someone in my corner.
Your financial future is on the line.
$21,000 just gone.
$30,000.
You may have protections in place, but can you rely on them when it matters most?
I thought I would get a notice from my bank, but I got nothing.
The police didn't believe me. The banking institution didn't believe me. I felt so betrayed.
And it's not just your money that's at stake.
If you think draining your account is the worst thing that can happen, it's not. This is just the beginning of a much bigger problem.
An officer with a gun said, "Follow me." Oh my goodness.
Criminals won't stop at draining your 401k, savings, or investment accounts. And while you're trying to put the pieces back together, they're causing further damage that's almost impossible to fix.
They just keep taking from you. They've taken who you are, they've taken what you have, they're going to continue to take what you earn. And it's just total destruction.
There's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds. The time to protect yourself is now. LifeLock is the leader in identity theft protection and restoration.
Once LifeLock got involved, everything changed.
Our proven team of US-based restoration specialists knows the steps to take and the calls to make to fix your case guaranteed. They contact institutions, dispute fraudulent charges, close compromised accounts, and even procure legal support far beyond the capabilities of your bank or credit card company.
It's not just about phone alerts. LifeLock held my bank accountable for the fraudulent withdrawals in my bank account.
And as extra protection, all LifeLock memberships include the $1 Million Protection Package. That means our members receive reimbursement for stolen funds and personal expenses like lost wages, as well as coverage for lawyers and experts.
LifeLock stepped in and reimbursed me every penny that the bank wouldn't. $7,000.
Our restoration guarantee and $1 Million Protection Package are included in all memberships with no additional fees.
I think it's natural to think that you can do this on your own. You can't. You need an expert in your corner.
Or go to lifelock.com/35TV right now to get LifeLock for just $9.99 a month for your first year. And if you call now, you'll get 35% off your first year on any annual plan.
For every problem you do know about, there are countless others that you don't. I cannot imagine going through this without LifeLock.
And use promo code 35TV or go to lifelock.com/35TV to join today.
One in 3 Americans have been a victim of identity theft, and for many of them, it wasn't their fault. Their information was exposed in a data breach they had no control over and no way of stopping. With me now is our own cybersecurity expert, Vinny Troya. When he's not illustrating cyber threats as part of our team, he's helping government agencies and Fortune 500 companies plan for and recover from cyber attacks. How can you tell if your data has been breached?
So LifeLock actually has a great tool. So we could go here to LifeLock's page. You could put in your email address, run a free scan, and it'll tell you where your information is popping up on the dark web. Do you want to try it?
Sure. Okay. I'm a little nervous. At .com.
Okay. So we'll put that into the search bar here. Just run a search.
Wow. There are 9 breaches. Should I be worried about that?
On average, most people will probably find about 20 or so breaches associated with their information.
So are you saying that everything that a criminal would need to steal my identity is basically out there?
We can see from here that I've got access to all of that. Now's the time to really get the protection. You want to make sure you have something in place protecting your information before it gets used in any sort of crime.
So even though I have not experienced identity theft yet, you say treat this like an urgent matter.
It is. I mean, the information's out there, so it is kind of a ticking time bomb. You really want to get ahead of it before somebody uses that information against you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your identity is the key that unlocks everything you own. To keep it safe, you need a proven partner from first alert to final resolution. LifeLock.
The moment our system notices anything suspicious, we send an alert direct to the member, like this, asking if this was you.
LifeLock alerted me to unauthorized withdrawals to my account.
If it wasn't you, a LifeLock restoration specialist will guide your case all the way to the end.
My restoration specialist was relentless in the pursuit of getting these funds returned back to my account.
Other services stop at alerts, but at LifeLock, that's only the beginning.
The specialists behind me contact creditors, dispute charges, work with government agencies, whatever it takes to get our members' money back and restore their identities, guaranteed.
And as extra protection, all LifeLock memberships include the $1 Million Protection Package.
Our members receive reimbursement for stolen funds and personal expenses like lost wages, as well as coverage for lawyers and experts.
When the bank refused to reimburse my stolen money, the $1 Million Protection Package came through for me. LifeLock really made me whole.
Identity theft threats don't just live in headlines. For millions of real people, the headline becomes personal. And without a plan, fixing it and proving your innocence falls solely on the victim.
So out of the blue, I received a certified envelope, an inch thick, from a law firm in Texas looking to collect over $21,000 from me for property that I didn't rent. So I got in touch with that law firm and naively thought, well, that's it, it's done. But when you've had your identity stolen, for every problem you do know about, there are countless others that you don't. I did at that point realize that maybe I need LifeLock to help me monitor things. I started to get emails from LifeLock that they were noticing some strange activity. Somebody with my name and date of birth and the last 4 digits of my social was on the radar of law enforcement. I was on the customs line in the airport and they stopped me. An officer with a gun came over and said, "Follow me." Oh my goodness. They think I owe a ton of money. It was jarring. It just kept getting worse. But once LifeLock got involved, everything changed. My restoration specialist, Abe, was meticulous and professional. And more than that, he was compassionate. And I really needed that. Abe was like my identity theft husband, because nobody was gonna mess with him. He was like having a big brother who basically just said, okay, listen, we know that you want this money. We're telling you you're not gonna get it from her. He would send me emails regularly, but he also had my cell number, so he would just call and check in, or he would send a text. So finally, everything's been resolved. My credit score is back where it was. I cannot imagine going through this without LifeLock.
Your identity is the key that unlocks everything. So if you think restoring it is a quick fix, think again.
It's like this impossible maze that you're navigating.
If someone steals your identity tomorrow, who's your first call?
I open my account, $30,000 is missing. I have no idea what to do.
With LifeLock, expert help is always just one tap away.
It might ask me, was this you purchasing a car? And yes, I'm buying my daughter a car. Or is this you transferring your home title? And I can say no, and LifeLock will handle it for me.
Our highly trained US-based restoration specialists contact institutions, dispute fraudulent charges, close compromised accounts, and even procure legal support, far beyond the capabilities of your bank or credit card company.
LifeLock pursued this case further than I ever would have imagined.
And as extra protection, all LifeLock memberships include the $1 Million Protection Package. That means our members receive reimbursement for stolen funds and personal expenses like lost wages, as well as coverage for lawyers and experts. Or go to lifelock.com/35TV right now to get LifeLock for just $9.99 a month for your first year. And if you call now, you'll get 35% off your first year on any annual plan.
LifeLock stepped in and reimbursed me every penny that the bank wouldn't. $7,000.
Our restoration guarantee and $1 Million Protection Package are included in all memberships with no additional fees.
I think it's natural to think that you can do this on your own. You can't. You need an expert in your corner.
And use promo code 35TV or go to lifelock.com/35TV to join today.
$21,000 was taken out of my account by criminals. I didn't know what to do. I immediately called the bank representatives, and it was like talking to a wall. These people couldn't care less about you. They weren't going to help me. You know, they said, oh, well, we have a receipt that they sent us that said you verbally approved this transaction. I was responsible for it, and that's all there was to it. So now I'm stuck. I needed help, and that's why I have LifeLock. From my first phone call with my restoration specialist, Stacy, I knew LifeLock wasn't going to let me down. She walked me through every step. She got on every phone call with me. It was very obvious that the bank was not interested in helping us. But I wasn't alone. LifeLock was done with the bank, but they weren't done with me. LifeLock stepped in and reimbursed me every penny that the bank wouldn't. $7,000. It's just invaluable. Our information is out there. For me, it was $7,000. For you, it could be $70,000. Who knows? Nobody else was going to help me. LifeLock was going to help me.
I went to get in my email and it wouldn't let me log in. So I was like, this is really strange. Then all of a sudden I was watching my debit card numbers just being stolen, money was being transferred everywhere. I went as far as to try and change my Social Security because if you could just find it online. My life was turned upside down.
Many victims describe having their identity stolen like an unwinnable war. Close one account, the criminals open another. Get your money refunded in one place, they take out a loan in your name somewhere else.
It was like I had a ghost. Every time I opened an account, they were always 5 steps ahead of me, and I had nothing I could do about it.
But how do they do that exactly? Our own cyber expert Vinny Troya scrubs the darkest corners of the internet on behalf of top government intelligence agencies. Take a look.
I felt like I had the worst enemy in the world coming after me and that they were trying to make sure that I fell apart, which I did. It was the lowest point I've ever gotten in my life where you have access to nothing. I wasn't able to have a bank account, any social media, any emails without someone being able to hack in immediately. The second that I would change passwords or new verifications, they would have all that information within that 60 seconds.
Well, I don't know if this is going to make you feel better, but it wasn't a personal attack against you. This kind of operation is done at scale every day to thousands of people. I think your computer was infected with an info stealer malware. So anytime you would have typed your password or anything on the computer, it just gets fed right to them. And so let me show you exactly how. I've got this phone here loaded up with malware that's very similar to what happened to you. And there's a web form, so why don't you just go ahead and log in, make a username and password for me. All right.
You have the password just right there.
Yep, it came right to me. You filled it out and I've got it. That's it.
So that's how they were doing it at the same time?
Yep, in almost real time. Yep, as soon as you type it in, I can get it. So, I mean, this type of infection happens to thousands of people every day. The information gets processed, automatically sent over to the attackers in real time, and then they use it to log into the accounts, create new ones, drain existing accounts, do whatever they're going to do with it. And I think that's where LifeLock can really help. You would have had a specialist there with you through the entire process. They could have helped with the accounts. They could have stopped new accounts from being opened in your name, and that would have been a major win right there.
Even with 1 in 3 Americans already victims, and identity theft now America's #1 most common crime, many still don't plan for the threat until it hits home.
You think you've got it all locked down.
I felt like I had a lot of different protection because I am a very organized person and I work with AI and technology.
I am a rule follower. I am a planner. I am organized.
And my identity was still stolen.
It's Thanksgiving evening. I just had dinner with my family.
They are on the phone with people saying that they're me. They're using my date of birth.
This envelope arrived out of the blue. A powerful law firm was trying to collect over $21,000 in my name.
I receive an alert that there are multiple withdrawals, approximately $10,000 out of my account. There was no way to see this coming. I felt so violated.
It felt very invasive.
I naively thought that it was going to be easy to clear up.
I thought that I could handle this myself.
When you've had your identity stolen, for every problem you do know about, there are countless others that you don't. And it just kept getting worse.
I've been with that bank over 20 years. They just pretty much blew me off.
They had me jump through a bunch of hoops, make a police report, affidavit of forgery, only for it to mean nothing.
I felt so disheartened, so betrayed.
They didn't believe me and they didn't care.
I don't know what to do now. I'm a little bit lost.
It feels never ending.
I'm in healthcare. I'm a pharmacist.
I'm a senior leader in an organization.
I work 7 days a week.
I don't have time.
I thought I was doing so much work, I must be clearing it up. And it turns out that it was just the tip of the iceberg.
I was exhausted. I just wanted to give up.
Each of these stories are connected by one critical link that was the difference between victimization and restoration: LifeLock.
I remembered that I had LifeLock. What I didn't know was they have a department that exclusively is dedicated to restoration.
They told me about agencies and processes that I didn't even know existed.
Once LifeLock got involved, everything changed.
It just felt like they had a plan.
I was provided with one dedicated restoration specialist.
My restoration specialist was meticulous and professional, and more than that, he was compassionate, and I really needed that.
The institutions where they put their money and their trust didn't believe them, but LifeLock had their back.
LifeLock pursued this case further than I ever would have imagined.
It took months to untangle everything, but LifeLock was relentless.
The police didn't believe me. The banking institution didn't believe me. But LifeLock believed me.
They were advocating for me and they were challenging these companies on my behalf. I felt like a sense of pride.
I just had to listen while Abe took care of it. He was like having a big brother. Listen, we know that you want this money. We're telling you you're not going to get it from her.
And in the end, LifeLock saw each case through to a successful resolution.
There were 9 checks amounting to $9,200. I called my wife. Can you believe this? We prevailed.
I really felt relieved. I felt vindicated.
I was choked up. I did not think it was going to happen.
Everything's been resolved. My credit score is back where it was. I cannot imagine going through this without LifeLock.
Think you'd know what to do if it happened to you? Think again.
This was huge and disruptive and horrible.
I felt violated.
I went to immediate panic.
Identity theft is the most common crime in America, impacting 1 in 3 U.S. consumers.
My accounts were being emptied, money was being transferred everywhere.
It's described by victims as an unwinnable war.
The whole situation just felt completely out of my control.
Who do I go to now? What's my next step?
Close one account, the criminals open another. Get your money refunded in one place, they take out a loan in your name somewhere else.
It was like I had a ghost. Every time I opened an account, they already had access to it. And it's just total destruction.
Notifications are not enough to stop the issue. If you're a victim, you need a proven team of experts to help you restore the damage. LifeLock has the resources and the proven team of US-based restoration specialists to help fix your case, guaranteed.
Once LifeLock got involved, everything changed.
I was pretty much going to give up, but my restoration specialist was relentless.
That's why we're the leader in identity theft protection and restoration. Our highly trained US-based restoration specialists contact institutions, dispute fraudulent charges, close compromised accounts, and even procure legal support far beyond the capabilities of your bank or credit card company. And as extra protection, all LifeLock memberships include the $1 Million Protection Package. That means our members receive reimbursement for stolen funds and personal expenses like lost wages, as well as coverage for lawyers and experts.
When my bank refused to reimburse my stolen money, LifeLock's $1 Million Protection Package really came through for me.
Or go to lifelock.com/35TV right now to get LifeLock for just $9.99 a month for your first year. And if you call now, you'll get 35% off your first year on any annual plan.
In today's digitally connected world, having LifeLock is a must. I cannot imagine going through this without LifeLock.
And use promo code 35TV or go to lifelock.com/35TV to join today. The proceeding was a paid program that is sponsored by LifeLock.